Hi, and welcome back to Football Made Simple. Kai Havertz is one of the most hotly pursued talents in Europe, and at just 21 has had 4 seasons of solid output for his age. His contract is up in 2022, meaning that Bayer Leverkusen may want to sell this transfer window before he has all the control in 2021. But what exactly makes Havertz so special? In this video, we take a look. One thing that stands out about Havertz is his positional fluidity. In his short career so far, he has played in central midfield, as a winger, as an attacking midfielder, and even as a false 9, meaning that he would find a position in almost every team. Let's start by looking at what he can do from deeper regions. He hasn't played in a single or double pivot in the last 3 seasons. Instead, he has thrived when Bosch implemented the 4-3-3 and he was one of the free 8s, alongside then teammate Julian Brandt in 2018-19. Bosch gave Havertz the freedom of movement in these situations to find pockets of space around the pitch where he could cause damage, and often this involved rotating positions with one of the front 3. But when the ball was deep, he was excellent at helping build up play. He gets on the ball and uses a combination of one-touch passing and movement to avoid markers and manipulate the opposition. But he also has a great passing range, able to play expansive long passes to find the wide men when they were in space. His deeper role in 2018-19 shows as he had more touches, average passes, as well as attempting and completing slightly more long balls, as he had more runners ahead of him to pick out. But his main role when playing deeper was to find space between the lines to receive the ball, to be able to turn and then continue the attack. This moves into his 2 favoured positions higher up the pitch, being the right wing position and the attacking midfield. There tends to be a lot of overlap in how he interprets the 2 positions, as when playing as a 10, he tends to drift right to open up more of the pitch on his favoured left foot, and when playing as a winger, he tends to drift infield to create. But his intelligence is a key element in these compact zones. If tightly marked here, he's willing to drop deeper into midfield to give them the numerical advantage around the ball. But he can also use movement to manipulate his marker to then open up passing lanes to his other teammates. But primarily, he finds space for himself between the lines in zone 14, and this may be where he is most dangerous. To complement his long passing, he is also an incredibly incisive short passer, finding the smallest gaps to supply the wide men, or even the centre forwards ahead of him. This season he has averaged a healthy 2 key passes per game, as well as 1.3 passes into the box. But he also often moves wide to help create an overload with the winger and the fullback. Havertz, however, if unmarked, is not afraid to have a shot from distance, particularly in 2018-19, where he tended to do so more often. His shot selection has improved now, as he rarely scores from these long-range strikes. Increasingly, this season we have seen him deployed as a false 9, starting there in 7 league matches. His role is similar to what he does in attacking midfield, as his first instinct is to drop off to receive the ball in this region and then look to create. The vacated space leaves room for the wingers to run into, and Havertz thrives in playing perfectly weighted through balls to the runners ahead of him. But a key difference is that in deeper regions, he now has more freedom to run into the space ahead of him on their transition. And here he can allow his physicality to shine through, as he has considerable pace that allows him to get into good regions to finish. In addition, it means that he attacks the box more freely, so after dropping deep and spreading the ball wide, he can often be seen arriving into the box late to finish, whether with his feet or his head. On the defensive end of things, from his false 9 position, he is the first line of defense and looks to prevent progression through the center of the pitch. This often involved using his cover shadow to prevent the pass into defensive midfield, while applying pressure onto the centre backs. And he does contribute to the press, as seen in the stats, although, as he has been started higher and higher up the pitch, the numbers have decreased. Kai Havertz is an all-round player, capable of contributing in different ways depending on how he's used, so it's no wonder there is so much interest around him. Valued at 81 million euros by Transfermarkt, it'll be interesting to see where he ends up next. But where do you think he should go? Drop it down in the comments below. But that's all for today, and remember, keep it simple.